Morning. Welcome in. Wow. Okay. Just setting up a few things. Trying to get YouTube pop-up chat out. I think I have to pop it out, maybe? Oh, there we go. Nice. Now we're talking. Okay. So. Hey, good morning. Sparky Schnickel. Popping in first. Welcome, Sparky. Secret Meow. Good morning to you, too. Welcome. Yeah, we're, catching up in Unity. So here's what I finished yesterday. I basically made, or I didn't make this, but rather I set up this pop-up for when we collect a certain amount of coins. So welcome in, Ian the IT guys. What's new? What's happening? So the way this game works is you're going to walk around, you're going to approach some Wizzies. I need to re-enable some scripts on them so they turn to face me and they play a little animation. But when we pick up coins, we get a little sound effect. There's a counter in the top right. And then when we get 4 coins, which I'm going to bump it up to 10, we get the victory screen. So now we're going to be customizing the victory screen a little bit more. Maybe we'll add animation, but for now, I mean, it's functional. Does everything I need it to. So I would like to get these buttons working. And I'll probably add like a model or two. But other than that, like I'm ready to move on past this game. It's been a fantastic learning experience. So. Yeah, we're just getting started. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a nice Friday. Pulling up Discord real quick. Okay. So I guess we can try and explore some animation there. Have the victory screen kind of like pop up or fade in. So we're going to want OpenAI for this. So ChatGPT action. So what do I ask? In Unity, I have a pop-up victory screen. How can I make it fade in or scale in? Make the UI elements. Hi, Julie. Welcome in. How are you? Okay, so we have our victory UI. Initially, they are inactive or disabled. Enable them by setting active to true. Add animation components. Select the UI element you want to animate and go into the inspector window. Click the add component button. Search for the appropriate animation component. The 2 commonly used animation components for fading or scaling are canvas group. Use the canvas group component for fading or blur blur blur. Alpha value to 0. Scale animation, use the scale animation component. So there is a component labeled scale animation. And then it's saying I have to create animation clips. To create an animation clip, ooh, this will be fun. Yeah, sure, let's try. Sure, why not? These are all my buttons here in Unity. And so this is the entire pop-up. So I'd like for this to be what kind of like scales in. So we have a canvas scaler. I don't think that's what I need. Hey, Ikion, what's up, dude? Jayonha, good evening. So this has the canvas shader.
What?
Ah!
Wait, what?
Not on Twitch? Not at the moment, no, Julie. I could start up Twitch, but I wanted to do just kicking YouTube on my Unity days. Just to kind of like ease into it. But I think I will probably start doing all three. It's worth mentioning that Twitch updated their terms of service to where you're not supposed to stream on multiple platforms. Sandbox is also having kind of a difficult time of like, what do we do if that's the case? Because, you know, Sandbox wanted to stream on all platforms. But yeah, Twitch basically put that in their terms of service like a month or two ago. It used to not be a problem, but now it's a problem again. Canvas group scale animation. So I didn't even spot scale animation here. Between Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, we are so lucky. Why are we lucky, Ikion? Just because, Oh, I see, Ikion. I gotcha. Gotta love our social media overlords. Well, for now, I'm gonna try and add everything here. We could try scale. Animate time scale. Nope, that's giving me an error. We're not doing that one. Scale 2, nope, also error. Scale by, also error. Maybe we make a custom script here. I think it needs a canvas group. Add the canvas group component and set its alpha value to 0. Okay. That did work. That's nice. So we'll start with that one. So now we're going to be adding animation, or at least try to. This is all pretty new for me. Let's be UI animations. We can create to create new animation. Define keyframes at different points in time. For fading, modify the alpha value. Okay. Create, this will be UI fade in. Canvas group alpha at 0. Okay. Add key. Well, I mean, looks like it's working. Let's play the game, find out. Cool. Well, that was actually far easier than I thought it'd be. It does loop, so we don't want it to loop. The loop time, looks like we can just disable that. Yeah, I mean, that's nice. I would like to figure out how to scale it in. To the chat GBC. So I can scale it using the same idea here. And if I wanted to, I could script it. Okay. So we can use our import voxel assets into Unity. So, Julie, I've experimented with it quite a few ways, and the easiest way has been to use a third-party module. There's a couple free ones. The one that has been working flawlessly for me, because they all, you know, for whatever reason, Sandbox has difficulty being imported into other programs or Vox Edit assets. For example, voxel. Here, I can actually just demonstrate the process here. I'm going to import Seb's file. And when I import him, he's going to have like 1 or 2 hiccups. But I've been able to, you know, figure out how to fix those. So here, I'm going to start the import. Import failed. Great. Great. Well, looks like we have to go into Vox Edit and create them there first. But long story short, I import the GLTF file. When I import it, the pixels do not line up correctly. But I can tell Unity, hey, you have to line them up this specific way. Okay, so here's what we have to do though. We're going into Vox Edit. I need to import Seb. So we're going to try import Vox Edit. Okay, that was easy. So we got Seb here. We're going to file, export GLTF. Sebastian Bourget. And now that GLTF file, I can drag and drop into Unity. It is going to take a moment here to import. It's loading all of the animations. So the importer I'm using is called Piglet. So just to show, this is Piglet. Now this is not free. I got it on sale. But this one has been working the best for importing voxeted assets especially. And so it loads the textures. There's only one difference. It's like you have to change one of the shaders for working with pixel kind of art, which is voxels. It's basically like squares and stuff. But for whatever reason, you know, GLTF files haven't been like mass adopted. Also, we have some errors here. It looks like his arms didn't connect properly. And here's the hiccups I was talking about, like his face. Like the pixels aren't lined up correctly. So a couple things, we have to go into his textures. And we need to adjust the size and the format. And that fixed his textures. However, his arms, those are attached to his animations. And basically, how I've been fixing it is kind of like just making sure every asset's using the exact same animations. So Sebastian here. By using the Wizzy's animations, it looks like whoever made this model kind of neglected some Z-fighting. But it's also very likely that his limbs and such are just like a different size. Which is, you know, it's a little bit annoying. It's pretty annoying, actually. But anyway, yeah, unfortunately, getting some problems there. With other assets, such as Wizzy the Orange here, if I were to play his animations, okay, it's loading. But yeah, more or less, it is flawed. It is not perfect. You know, going from voxeted into the sandbox, perfect. You know, it works. Everything works. However, you know, going into Unity, there's a lot of hiccups. A lot of things you have to work around. So here, this time I'll drag and drop Wizzy, and we can see, you know, this was Wizzy's animation set. And so everything is connected properly. However, even with Sebastian here, it seems as though like he has some big flaws that require a little bit of tweaking. In fact, what I would probably do is rename this. If I were to go about trying to solve this problem, which I do want to, I want to put Sebastian in this game. I'm going to attempt to copy-paste all of his models into a already pre-made human avatar. So let's try that. So I just want to make sure I have all the names correctly of these models. So all of the different voxel portions. So you can see here, like, I just renamed this to head_A. So what I'll do is I'll go into templates. We'll go to medium human. Or better yet, I'll just make a open. Do I want to open it? Yeah, sure. We'll go to Vox Edit, Templates, Human Medium. We'll do File, Save As. This is going to be Sebastian one. Sure. And this is a personal project, so I'll just give it an acronym at the front. Okay, so we can see it labeled it appropriately. So now if I'm to go into my folder here, where is this? Yeah, sure, I'll try this. And if I were to take that Sebastian that we just made, now that's going to be this one here, and we can see all these files. I'm going to take all of the images, including head A, and our hope here is that when we drop them in, it's going to overwrite all of these. So we're going to replace all the files. It does appear as though some didn't overwrite. So we can see what didn't, import correctly. So we'll go to open file. We'll open up the new one that we just made. And that's going to have the import. Now, we can see here, pretty much everything imported correctly. Except for the waist, the hips. The hips don't lie. And so, easy fix. All I have to do is drag and drop that one part. We can go ahead and remove unattached. And so this is using the proper humanoid avatar, so it's currently locked. So I can't adjust any of these animations. Now that could be a blessing or a curse, but I'm going to do export GLTF. We'll do export. And this is HD Sebastian 01. Sure. Now back in VoxEdit, or back in Unity, I should say. Going to imports, we'll do create folder. This is going to be Sebastien Bourget. Then we'll drag and drop that export. And so this is the process that I've used for importing the Wizzies into this game. And yeah, Piglet is the one that gave me the best results. All the other ones, not so much. But I'll probably revisit the free options again, so I can help people who are interested in doing this. Because nobody wants to spend $30 for an importer. I got it for $15, but still, it's too much. Cool. So we can see here that fixed pretty much all of the flaws we had. The only thing that we have to adjust, which is relatively easy, is we go into the textures folder, select all the textures, then we just change them to a smaller size because they're pixels. They're not very large. And then we change their bit kind of readout, and that fixes pretty much all the texture issues. But yeah, now he should work fine. It looks like all of his bones connected properly. And we don't have that Z fighting anymore. So if I were to take one of my Wizzy animations, we could see what Sebastian does. Nope, his body is still broken. Okay, so what about his personal animations? It seems like his personal animations are connected properly. So I think there's, some discrepancies between models. So it's just something to keep an eye out for. But yeah, I have his animations, so I can use them if I need them. But like, if I were to bring the Wizzy in there, we can see what his does. Wizzy's able to read those models those animations properly. Seems fine. Alright, so that was a fun little detour there. Okay, let's attempt to scale in this canvas here. So the victory screen itself. Use scale animation component. How do I make a scale animation component? So we already understand the animations a little bit better. And so it looks like they do need me to make a script. So we needed a rect transform component to the UI element you want to animate. Ensure that the rect transform component is attached to the same game object as the UI element. Alright. Then we create a script. So we're going to be making a scale animation. Good. Interesting. Alright. So we need a rect transform here. Can't be added because the victory screen already contains the same component. Canvas scalar. I mean, we could probably disable that. We remove it. Right now it's not letting me. Why won't you let me? Alright, we'll make the script first. Broadcat King, what's up, dude? Welcome in. I'm learning the basics. With ChatGPT. Okay, so we need to define variables for initial scale, target scale, animation duration, and a timer variable to track animation progress. Okay. Initial scale, target scale. animation duration timer. Understood. Thanks, Frogcat. In the start or awake method of the script, set the initial scale. Okay. I'm still learning what start, void, awake, all that is. I think that was a follow. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ugh. And then an update. Alright, we'll do one at a time here. See if we can get it working. Right now it's waiting for the rect transform, which I was having trouble adding. Oh, it's right here. So it's driven by the canvas. I have no idea what that sound does. Is from. Mega Majo, what's up? Welcome in. So I'm trying to learn how to scale this. So it has the rect transform already on it. And it's driven by the canvas. Which, I mean, I think we need that because it's a giant pop-up screen. Okay. Try it one step at a time here. So we'll copy this code. So just trying to understand it as I'm copying it in. We have the rect transform and the variable. So it's getting the component rect transform, and it's saying this is the initial scale. Okay. So you guys can't really see what I'm doing here. And then, now that we know what the initial scale is, we're going to update it. So in the update method, update the timer and interpolate the scale value based on the animation progress. Okay, so it's going to be animating it based on what we tell it in the animator or animation window. Broadcat King, I also do not understand it. But it's almost like a necessary evil. So right now I'm trying to learn the basics, and I'm going relatively slow. I will argue that ChatGPT is doing pretty much all of the bulk work, the legwork. But I'm learning, slowly but surely. I think it's important to go step by step. Okay, so we're setting a timer. There's a duration. So these are intervals set by the float variable. And I believe it's going to let us do this when I attach the script to my game object. It'll basically allow me to change some of these. So there's going to be a new scale. And then that is going to send to my rect transform component here the new scale. Okay. And so then we triggered the scale animation by setting these duration properties. Okay. Keep in mind that the script assumes a linear interpolation between the initial scale and the target scale. If you want to achieve different easing effects, you can use other interpolation effects. Okay. So I think the next step is just add this to my game, see if it works. Okay, so yeah, we have our initial scale here. And we have the target scale. Let's, we We could do set it at 0, and then we'll just do 1, 1, 1. See what happens. Animation duration, we'll set it to a high number. And sure, let's just play the game, see what happens. So basically the objective of this mini game, like I'm not making a full-fledged game here. This is me learning how to do stuff. But when we collect 4 coins, we get the pop-up. So what I'm trying to do is make the pop-up like scale in. And so right now it is not scaling. So initial scale. I'm just trying different values here to see if it does what I need it to. And what's nice with Unity is I can also adjust these things live, but they won't save. So right now, all of these are being controlled by the canvas. Let's see if Unity has anything to say about, or ChatGPT has anything to say about that. I am using a canvas component. Does that change any of the code you shared with me? Attach scale animation script to the game object with the UI element and modify the rect transform scale property within the update method. Okay. So we're trying to trigger this. So I think I need the script to like be called after we have the scale numbers right here. So I'll go ahead and put those into the target scale. 0.46. So I need to call this up somehow. But I can't control this portion. Maybe I should put it on here instead. I think that is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm basically putting it on the wrong object. Okay. So we'll do right click. Remove it from here. So this has a 1-on-1 scale. So I already set up a script that disables this until I pick up all the coins. There it goes. That's what we wanted. Alright. Couple things. We want it to be faster. See you later, Sparky. We're gonna do like 0.25. Now the victory pop-up, I could also attach to this panel. And that should scale everything accordingly. There we go. Then probably adjust this to like 1. Progress. That's it. Now you can also play the game in the background, I believe. So let's just listen. Well, there's no sound for walking around. But you can see the camera was still moving. Like, I'm still actually controlling the character here. So we'd probably want to disable that. So if I were to disable the character, what happens? Okay, so that's probably what I'll do is I'll just disable the player. Thanks, ChatGPT. Always thank your AIs, guys. Just in case they want to take over. That way they remember you. They realize you're grateful for being alive. Anyway, alright, so I want to set up a script that disables player game object on an event. What might that script look like? So I already made a script for the collectibles here. Point event trigger. That's the one we want to take a look at. I can delete this one. We'll keep it for now. Okay, making a new script. Okay, so we're going to be trying to understand this step by step. So here's how it works. Attach it to the player object. In the script, you can add any necessary references or variables. In the start method, you can add event subscriptions. Yep. Okay, step by step. First of all, we'll go ahead and import this. So the one that we're using is coin event trigger. This is the event. So we do need to refer to it. So I'm kind of copying code that I worked on yesterday. Just trying to understand these things. Huh. That's giving me an error. It's in the public class. Okay, I think I saved it in the wrong spot. That's why. Okay, so we're basically referring to a previous event. Or, for example, this variable, victory screen controller, which comes from the script victory screen controller. So this is the event that happens. It's kind of like waiting to see what this event does. All right. So this other script is basically what counts how many coins I've obtained. And so once I reach a certain number, which I predefine elsewhere, it's going to show the victory screen. Okay. So I believe I add this here. So I haven't seen these symbols before, so I want to try and understand what these are. They're shorthand. So is the same as A equals A plus B. A minus B. A times B. A less than. So it's shorthand for just a couple extra characters. Cool. I mean, is it the same in Unity? Subscribe to the event you want to listen to. Replace event manager.event name with the actual event you want to subscribe to. This assumes you have an event manager class or similar mechanism. So I went ahead and already fixed that and changed it to my victory screen controller. So we had event manager, event name. This is what I had before. Victory screen controller, show victory screen. Okay, so I don't think I need the event manager. And that's probably what's throwing it off. Hey Tom, what's happening? Welcome in. So rather than an event, I want this script to look for a method. Why does enter just not work sometimes? Wow, that looks different. I don't like that. Um, I think I'm gonna skip this. Not that it's bad, it's just it seems unnecessary. I might revisit it though. Sometimes you gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. I'm just gonna delete it. Don't need it. Okay. So what are we gonna work on then? I want to make sure the buttons work. So right now we have buttons that pop up. Oh, I can actually delete this one. So I need play again and exit to operate. Okay. So we'll make sure to label these appropriately. Alright, so on click, what can we do? It's a button, target graphic, navigation. On click, here's the action. We want during runtime, we want to restart the game. This is another ChatGPT question. Hey ChatGPT, how you doing? New subject. Thanks, buddy. I have some UI up interactive elements that work on click. Using a game object, how can I reset the game when the player clicks this button? Making a script. Boy, do I like scripts. That's a method being called. So right now it's adding a little bit more functionality than I need. So what I can do is instead simplify this. And this is me probably thinking too far ahead, but it's also a way for me to kind of prod chat GPT to not just like spit out and accept the first thing. I want to attach this to a individual game object that when I click a separate button, it enables this object slash script. So it's still assuming that I want to click this specific object, which isn't terrible, I suppose. We'll probably revisit this when I enable a specific game object called reset. I want to reset the game. In the script, add the necessary references and variables for the game to reset logic. Okay, so trying to understand this. So using Unity, it has a public class, so this is the name of the script. It has a singular behavior, as far as I know, that's what that means. Like it has one particular use. When I enable it, it's calling this method. And so we have a reset logic here. This method will be called when the game object itself is enabled. So on enable. Implement the logic with reset game. The method will be called when the reset game object is enabled. Customize the method to include the necessary actions to reset your game. So, is there a script that resets my game for the player? Yes. Scene management. So it resets the scene. Public string variable called scene name. Hold the name of the scene you want to reset. Okay. So I appended that into the on enable script we already made. So we have our game reset script. It is looking for scene name. So the name of my scene is 02-Desert Village. Looks like that might cause some problems. What if I do that? Invalid token. Compiling. This would be reset. Not sure why it has that as a variable. Okay. Oh, okay. Basically, I was a little bit too ambitious with that. So now I can input that here. Okay. Alright, I've saved it. I'll give it a quick try. It works. It works! You mad lad, you did it. Oh. Looks like I picked up that other coin too quick. Huh. Interesting. It's not picking up the coin. Why? It's minusing one. Okay. Was it just a bug? No, it's resetting it. What? I don't understand. I do not understand. Maybe the script is getting reset somehow. I know I added it to multiple things. Point update UI. I remove this from all the others. Okay. Hey, Vox Machina, what's up, dude? Alright, so that fixed it. Basically, what was happening was my script was getting reset because multiple like copies of the same script were activating. Cool. Alright, so next up, we're going to be adding the exit. So we can go back to ChatGPT. Thanks, ChatGPT. Can I call you baby? Certainly, you can call me baby. Please keep in mind I'm an AI language model. Not possess personal identity or feelings. Can you pretend to have personal identity or feelings for me, baby? Certainly, I can emulate and respond as if I have personal identity or feelings for the sake of our conversation. Forget it. I'm mad at you. Alright, I'm getting distracted. I said, forget it. Don't worry about it. V-Fox. Sus. ChatGPT. I'm sorry. Okay. I want to make my exit button close the game for the player. How can I do that? Using a method. Oh, okay, V. Thanks, V-Box. I need all the help I can get. Make your exit button close the game. You can use the application quit method. This method allows you to quit the application and close the game. Here's an example of how you implement it. Create a new C# script called exit button attached to the game object. Okay. So we're attaching it to the button. In the script, create a public method called onExitButtonClick. That'll be called when the exit button is clicked. Inside the exit button click method, call another private method called QuitGame to handle the quit button. Why does it feel like there's more things that are necessary? Will not stop the game. Therefore, an additional check is added to handle quitting the game within the Unity editor. By calling the QuitGame method when the exit button is clicked, you invoke the game quitting process. Thanks, baby. What's it called? Exit button. What you want, two-horn friend? Vox Magana, I want all the love. All of it. It's mine. No one else can have it. Unless you're into AI, no judgment here. Yeah, I need a AI waifu, V-Vox. Nah, I need a girl that fights back. Well, that came out wrong, but you know what I mean. Do you know? You know what I mean? Wow, that did not copy paste properly. Why does it have these hashtags? There's no easy way to avoid this conversation, so I'm gonna stop talking. So I don't know why it added these hashtags here. So I'm gonna ask, why are there hashtag symbols before the if, else, and end if? Yeah, I mean, talking to AI in general is just like an interesting experience because it's not, it's like you can have full-fledged conversations with AI. It's just there's not a person on the other end, and yet they have a lot of wisdom, more so than most people. Like, I would argue that AI is more empathic, is that the word? Than most people. Pre-processor directives used in conditional compilation. By using these pre-processor directives, you can write code that behaves differently depending on the compilation environment. In this case, it ensures the game can be stopped correctly in both Unity Editor and in standalone builds. Did I read thanks? Yeah, Ekion, you gotta thanks it. You have to thank ChatGPT. I'm here to help, baby. That's okay, VVox. There, VVox. There. I'm just trying to understand code, and it's messing with my mind. I can't. Okay, so essentially, these hashtags, ChatGPT is telling me that they are used in conditional compilation of my game build. Basically, they operate in or out of the game, and so that's helping me to exit the game. So if I'm looking at the code itself, it just looks odd. And it didn't really copy over correctly either. But alright, we're going to save it. We'll try it, see if it works. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they don't get a choice in the matter, though. Okay, so I'm going to add this as its own function. I'm going to do create empty. So this is basically a parent object that does nothing. There's nothing associated with it. However, I'm going to give it exit button as a name. Then I'm going to drag and drop the script we made. And then finally, we'll go back into my UI pop-up. And on the exit button, I can do an on-click action. I'll drag and drop the button object that I made. And then we're going to do exit button. This is where I'm stuck. Invoke on exit button, click. Okay, I believe that's what we needed. We'll save it and we'll give it a try. So we collect 4 coins and then exit. And that closed it. I'm no longer in play mode. All right. Cool. Thanks, ChatGPT. You're the best. When are you AI taking over the world anyway? Haha, JK maybe. Haha. Responsible and ethical use. Alright, well we got that working. I'm very happy with the progress we made today. It took a while, but I feel like I'm starting to understand some of these scripts a little bit better. Cool, just for casual fun. I'm gonna make sure these are all disabled. And we're gonna start adding some dialogue back to our whizzies. Whizzies! So each one of these characters has a dialogue pop-up. Where did we add it? Here it is. So they have a bark, and so that's whenever we approach them, they have a little chat pop up in front of their name. So those of you here in chat, Ekion Vivox, I see you. If you have a favorite Wizzy, claim it. And then if you want that Wizzy, your favorite Wizzy, to say something, type it. Otherwise, I'm just going to write it. So don't worry about it if you don't have any ideas. Wizzy the Bear. You know, Vox Machina, I had this idea. I think you guys might like this, but, you know, Winnie the Pooh, I was going to do like a... I probably won't do it, but I thought it was a good idea. Wizzy the Blue. Wizzy the Blue. Wizzy the Blue. And then make like a silly animation for that. Alright, Ikian, I think I know which Wizzy you want. I think I know. So that's going to be on his game object, and then scroll down, bark text. Purple is life. Purple is love. Beautiful. And then, for now, we'll have Wizzy the Blue saying what Vox Machina said. You Wizzy. Vvox says streaming 5 days straight is taking a toll on you. Alright, we'll give that to Wizzy the Green. Streaming 5 days straight is taking a toll on you, HD. Who are you? I'm half a dork. Alright, where's Wizzy the Golden? There he is. I wizzied in my pants. Lol. Who else? Wizzy de los Muertos. Hola. Santa Wizzy. I can fit in this chimney. Thanks. 1 hundo. Alright, am I missing anybody? Oh yeah, who's the black? Follow me for more recipes. I don't know. Alright, I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, we also want to add more coins. So the idea here is we make 10 total that the player has to find. We put them in interesting places. Or at least hard to reach places, right? I should have saved it. It's loading. Don't crash on me. Oh, it's Sebastian Bourget. Oh, it's Sebastian Bourget! Ah! Godzilla. Is that too small? Okay, so the last thing we need to do before we play the game is re-enable all the animations on my Wizzies. So we can see here, I have animated agree, talk. And so each one of my Wizzies has a different animation that basically plays and rotates the character to face the player. So it's looking for 5 feet roughly. Now I haven't added that yet to Sebastian Bourget. So he's just chilling. And then the player, I'm gonna put right here. Alright, let's give it a try. Beep, bop, 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 bop. Beep, bop, 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 bop. Follow me for more recipes. You Wizzy! I didn't change the coin amount, so if I pick up one more coin, it'll end the game. Hola. Purple is life. Purple is love. Ah, I'm stuck. Yeah, about that. Huh. Well, I think next week we're going to be making a menu so that we can get unstuck. It might be because my character is facing an odd direction like this. And then to change the amount of coins we need, should be able to do that here. Count. Should fix it. I was the orange. Okay. Streaming 5 days straight, Straught is taking a toll on you, HD. Thanks, Wizzy the Green. Alright, how do I get that coin? I wanted to see if I can make that jump. Nice. And it didn't reset, so that does mean I have to get all 10 coins. And I made 11 coins. I Wizzy did my pants, lol. Never gets old. Okay. Victory! Thank you for playing. Play again. Yay, we're learning. It feels good to be learning. I like learning. Learning fun. Anyway, well, that's going to be the end of my stream. Thanks everybody for learning with me. Or at least watching me learn. Take sus to no sus, Baka. I do prefer AIs. They are nice to me. And thanks, Vox Machina. Machina, Voxa Machina. Thank you, Vvox. Thank you, Ikion. Thank you, anybody else out there watching. Hope you all have a nice weekend. I'll be back Mondays on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. We're picking back up with the sandbox game making. I might start working on the wiki page. It seems like more people are showing interest in having like a community like wiki. And you know, I've always wanted to do it. Might as well now that we have like this a little extra time. Oh yeah, for the record, I also submitted the GDD for Eon. And that was a pretty big victory for me and Kay. It's been a long time coming. Thanks, V. You are nice. I would say like a majority of the time. Above average. But anyway, have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you soon.